98. Total. Kima. Keisha. Pam. Missy. Talk to me. Yeah.
Bad boy. My mic sounds nice. Check one. Bad boy. My mic sounds nice. Check two. P-U-F-F. I'ma make 'em go deaf. Make you say, who that? Them total bitches. Bad asses. Keisha and Pam. Oh shit. Goddamn shit. You cram it or slam it. Damn right. I'm a jam.
Baby, you show it. That's so loving. You show it something. See, I won't trade you for nothing. See, everything you do to me, you got me tripping. And I'm satisfied, and that's guaranteed. I hope that you've been checking me. I know what you're talking about. Got me tripping on my own now, yeah. You got me bugging, boy. You bring me so much joy. You got me open, boy. And I'ma say myself for you. I hope that you've been checking me. I know what you're talking about. Got me tripping on my own now, yeah. You got me bugging, boy. You bring me so much joy. You got me open, boy. And I'ma say myself for you. Baby, yeah. That's one thing I mentioned. Me and her. See, she's no competition. So tell her that you're through with her and you love me, and that's totally. And you're dedicated to me. I hope that you've been checking me. I know what you're talking about. Got me tripping on my own, yeah. You got me bugging, boy. You bring me so much joy. You got me open, boy. And I'ma say myself for you. I hope that you've been checking me. I know what you're talking about. Got me tripping on my own, yeah. You got me bugging, boy. You bring me so much joy. You got me open, boy. And I'ma say myself for you.
Baby, there's one thing I'll mention. No. She's no competition. I won't quit till I get it, till I have it. I'll admit it. Shit, you got me. I won't quit till I get it, till I have it. I'll admit it. Shit, you got me. You got me tripping. See, I'm moving, baby, I'm moving. Baby, you got me tripping. You see, I'm moving, baby, I'm moving. I hope that you've been checking me. I know what you're talking about. Got me tripping on my own feet. You got me bugging, boy. You bring me so much joy. You got me open, boy. And I'ma say myself for you.
Good morning. It's High Priestess Jamila. So, this is really impromptu, but I got to call this down because I'm not afraid. Everybody knows how I am. Well, not everybody, uh, and I know for a fact that some of these witches on here that have gravitated towards me And I'm talking about gravitated towards me and have tried to stick to me like a magnet. I'm pretty sure that they are dealing with the fact that uh, you affected yourselves when you tried to bring High Priestess Jamila down. When you tried to bring me down, you kind of messed it up for yourself. You did. And instead of realizing that you took a wrong turn completely and totally, uh, you started to create these alternative paradoxes and realities in your mind to justify what you were doing that came from a very weak and codependent place. And you tried to start justifying it when your life and your body and your face and your general overall feeling got more negative so that you could stay with this weird obsession. And so I never asked to be an authority over nobody, but you made me an authority. You made me your superior. This is your fault based upon what you thought could bring me down. So I've been over here asleep because I'm up early. You can feel it whenever you come on YouTube sometimes. For some reason today I'm feeling it. Because when I woke up I could feel like maybe 0.3% of what somebody was trying to send to me. So somebody is extremely jealous, upset, obsessed. And I'm not talking. If you feel like I'm talking about you, then let the shoe fit, right? If the shoe fits, wear it. Okay. Because for some reason, my words hurt you, which doesn't make any sense. If you don't like me, why would you continue any kind of communion with me at all? Because you feel intimidated by me, you feel threatened by me, which is ridiculous. YouTube is an open marketplace, and it's a complete embarrassment that you couldn't respect other people's spaces. And now you're obviously finding out the mistakes that you made when you were trying to pretty much destroy other people for your own personal gain, which is so ridiculous because, first of all, if you were connected with any kind of source of witch power, you wouldn't have felt the need to do that in the first place. So a lot of these witches on here allowed their pettiness to be their weakness, and that's exactly what happened. And you ain't got to admit it publicly, but it'd be better for you to admit it to yourself. You tried to deny people their own personal power and freedoms. Even some of these African American witches on here literally they feel like slaves, they feel chained, and they decided to attack their own people when they shouldn't have been attacking anybody. They should have been focusing on their creativity. And that's where you made the mistake. So I log into the Witch's Broom channel, and it's a comment on there that I guess we can assume was a troll, but we all know that a troll is, we all know that it's one of these witches on here trolling. And they say to me, don't don't call it a ritual candle. That's stupid. Well, first of all, I'm going to call whatever I create whatever the hell I want. and your ignorant, jealous opinion does not matter, right? Why wouldn't I call it a ritual candle? So you can tell that somebody feels some type of way about something that I created. And of course, they want to try to destroy it like they've already tried to destroy my brand completely, going all around the world doing weird stuff when they didn't have the right or the authority. You thought you had the authority, but you didn't. It made no sense. Um, and so now you want to come to my channel angry and upset with me, making snarky comments, you know, and it's gotten old. Like it's so old. It makes no sense. And the reason why I'm discussing it, is because people are tired of it. Y'all. And I believe that y'all are real authentic witches, but it's just that you can't stand in your power because you got some things that you need to work out within yourself, to the point where you've caused so much division that you've done nothing but disempowered yourself, and what you thought gave you power was really not personal power. It turned out to be a scam or a scheme, and that was the problem. And I know that there's a lot of people that feel like I am a bitch and I talk down to people, but honestly, and I think that your relationship and your connection to the craft is the problem. That's just like when you have ongoing financial issues, for years and years and years, your whole life, is because your relationship with money is bad. Well, some people have a relationship, their relationship with witchcraft, which is their spiritual self, is bad. And a lot of them wanted to come off intimidating, not realizing that there are a lot of people that know their own personal power. That's what you're supposed to rest on. A lot of them tried to rest on discrimination, right? You tried to rest on discrimination against women, which is a complete and total contradiction to what you are claiming to be. You're claiming to be a witch, but yet you have an intent and an obsession with trying to disempower somebody. So then that would, even though you're not a part of the same coven or association, but at the end of the day, how about having some professional courtesy? What does my creations have to do with you? If this is a blind spot in these people's minds, you know what I'm saying? And an authentic witch is going to be able to see what you're doing and know what to do about it. That's why you've been going around in circles. You want to create this trauma in people's lives so that you can prove something for personal gain, but there's always a hierarchy that's going to bring justice and balance and fairness to other witches. This is one of the reasons why, I don't attack other witches just randomly, or care about what you're doing. I don't care about what you're doing. I wouldn't, if you, when you create something as a witch, and I'm talking about something that is not based upon your pettiness and unnecessary chaos, I'm in support of that. You know, I'm in support of that. But when I create something, you got to come by my channel and say that it's stupid. So what are you saying? With every candle that I light, there's a ritual. A ritual is an intent. You have an intent whenever you're doing a ritual. So I'm really confused and I don't understand. You know what my consensus on it is that the reason why you stay focused on me is because I'm supposed to teach you something. But then you got older witches on here that think, oh, you can't teach me nothing. Well, yeah, I can. Obviously, I can. And you got to accept it, you know? And it's not going to kill you to accept that. You're not going to die. But I think that change is difficult for a lot of people, which is why you get a lot of stalking, a lot of trolling, a lot of crap. And you thinking tearing somebody down. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I see everything. I see everything. I hear everything, and I smell everything that you're doing. Last year, one of these witches did some kind of ritual on me, and it was an old funky rotten something. And they let it rot, and then they tried to put my photographs in it, my children's photographs. And as I was looking at the work that they did, I could even smell it. So I not only do I see, but I hear you and I smell you. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that you can't refute. The reason why you attacked like a sick, mangy dog is because of paranoia. Paranoia weakens you as a witch. It does. It weakens you. You the one you start these wars that you're never going to win, because for what does it all mean? you know and then you end up having to deal with that, and then you want to tell people, oh well, you have to respect me because of so and so. No, I have to respect my grandmother that gave birth to me. I have to respect my mother that gave birth to me. I have to respect my ancestors. I don't owe you any respect. Why would a complete stranger? I am still a complete stranger to you. And these people out here are complete strangers to you. And I got some of these witches on here been attacking me for years. And I just, and I'm not one of those stupid, chaotic people, confused. I'm not one of those types of people. I don't depend on my cards. My cards are only confirming what I already know. So even if you, for example, cast something, a temporary spell to cause blindness when I'm doing my readings for myself, right? For myself, I'm gonna question that if I already know the answer. The cards don't mean nothing. So it doesn't make any sense as to why you would purposely make things more difficult on yourself and then continue to harm yourself and then convince yourself that anybody that you're pitting yourself against is going to somehow give up and all of a sudden not have love for self or love for their family, to the point where they will battle you, and they ain't got to come to your page and say something stupid to you, right? So it just and then that's one of the reasons why I have never considered myself to have joined any spiritual community. It was always meant for me to create my own. It was never meant for me to join up with anybody's coven. It was always meant for me to create my own. And there's people that have a problem with that. And it doesn't make any sense. And your obsession is going to destroy you. I don't understand it. I'm giving you advice because I love you and care about you. That's why I'm giving you this advice. And stuff got real dark. It did. It got real dark. My spirits got real dark. I can always tell. You know, you can see your ancestors by looking at your own face or your spirits and what they doing. Like if I wake up and my eyes are darker than what they are, you can tell what my spirits are doing. And I trust that, and I can go and cover it up with some makeup or whatever. But, in reality, when you look in that mirror, you can see you're getting messages. Your reflection is giving you messages of what's going on. And it's ridiculous. It really is. And sometimes the best thing that you can do is relent, you know and there is a hierarchy. You are a flesh and blood person. Even if you were to pass away, you still wouldn't be given that godhood because you're too petty. You too petty. So, people just, if you pass away, people just banish your spirit or put it somewhere, you know? And it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. It really doesn't make any sense. People that thought that, yeah, you get more exposure the more views that you get, but, it's not about that. It's not about that. It really isn't. It's about spirit. Do you really believe in spirit? And then also, there's been a lot of crap going on to where people have been trying to steal people's identity. People have been trying to steal people's spirits. If something is unfamiliar to you, then you don't really know how to use that gift. You don't know how to use that. That's just like, um, I've been very upfront with the fact that I do have the gift of pyrokinesis. A lot of people would know that I have the gift of pyrokinesis. They want that gift, but it's not meant for you to have that gift. You may say, oh, I want that power. But when you get it, it may cause you to feel like your body is burning, or that you on fire because that gift is foreign to you. But if you have other gifts that are unique to you, you should embrace that. So you got a lot of people that want to be something that they're not, and that's a real problem. Like even in mundane society. And I don't understand how a witch can get lost like that. I don't understand it. How do you lose your way to the point where when I look in your eyes, you can't even really respect yourself for the stuff that you've been doing? And I don't want to be your leader. I'd rather just walk away and forget about you, which is what you need to do. I'd rather just, and you go live your life, quit being scared, because you scared. And the reason why you scared is because you was doing things and you was dabbling and you was tapping into things that you shouldn't have been doing. You shouldn't have been doing that. And what I mean by that is you do not have the right to dabble in other people's business. That's the problem. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. There are new witches popping up on YouTube every single day. It can be assumed, and this is what I'm talking about by paranoid. you're focusing on somebody and then you sit there and you say, well, I'm losing money ever since this person popped up. And if you were underneath my guidance, I would tell you the exact same thing. I would say, you know what? It's time for you to expand, work on some projects, work on creating something. And then a month later, you say, well, I feel like I'm still losing money. Well, work on yourself. What does that other person have to do with it? Oh, that person's trying to take away from me. How? That person doesn't know you. That person is doing what they do. And so I think that when you do that, this is where people no longer want to invest. And that's very dangerous when they don't want to invest or when they lose trust in witchcraft. You're creating that. You're creating that distrust by the actions that you're taking. And that right there is pretty bad. That's when you can start to affect some kind of collective, which is why there's people that they're like, I don't want no association, and it's ridiculous, for you to, you're projecting, first of all, you are, you're projecting your own inadequacies to other witches, and it's ridiculous. That's just like if you look at another witch and you see she's very organized and she's got a system going on, and you want to get more organized. What are you going to do? Start getting paranoid and saying, oh, I can't get organized. Set an intent to organize. Set an intent to get organized, and then it'll happen. No, instead, there's some of these witches on YouTube that will say, I can't, this person looks real organized and they doing this and they doing that. And I feel that they doing something to me and they taking something from me because I can't get organized. So I got to do work on them because that. And it's like, no, that other witch is not thinking about you. She may have had that problem 10 years ago and set an intent to get very organized. And now she's very organized. Why don't you set an intent? That's just like coming up in August. I'm going to organize all of my stuff and get things revamped and get things done. And then you set a goal for that. Do a spell to work on yourself. Work on self. Before I do that spell, I'm going to do some work to get organized the way that I want, to have things to where, I don't have to look for something. I have everything that I need right there. I know where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Uh, to the point where it'll make things easier for me. I'm not going to go to an outside source. I'm going to go within. And I'm going to say I have to get organized, and I'm going to set an intent. I'm going to write out a petition, and I'm going to set my intent, and then I'm going to get organized. Simple as that. I mean, why are you looking at outside sources, and why are you so paranoid to where you're doing all this stuff and you're wasting resources and you're wasting your time? I've had people, I have somebody doing death magic on me every week. Every Wednesday at the witching hour, I got somebody sending death energy to me. I'm sorry, Thursday morning. Wednesday at 11:59 p.m., this person is so focused on me. Every Wednesday at 11:59 p.m., this person is preparing something because they want to kill me. Do I sit here every damn day dooming and glooming over that shit? No, I know you want me to die. I don't give a damn. Why? Because I have faith in myself and my spirits. Why should I care about that? So I'm supposed to sit around and obsess and, over the fact that you want to kill me because you feel like you done tapped into my Akashic records because I was born on a Thursday. And that bothers you because you was born on a Monday. I was born on a Monday, but she was born on a Thursday. So every Thursday. Then now, probably about last year, that stuff started backfiring real bad. So I don't understand it. I'm not saying that I'm God. I'm saying that I am a seer. I can see everything that you're doing in advance. You might be planning on doing something in October or November. I already can see it. We always stay 3 to 4 months ahead of you. So why even do it in the first place? Because you think that you're going to get lucky. You're not lucky. If you were lucky, you would have been born on a Thursday. I'm joking. If you were lucky, you would have been born Jamila, but you wasn't. You not lucky. You not going to get lucky. You see what I'm saying? So it's ridiculous. And necromancy is not about killing somebody. It's not. It's not. And people ask me, how do you not fear these voodoo priests and Haitian priests and stuff like that? For what? Fear causes paranoia. Paranoia causes for you to give your power away. Because I've said it. Have I not said it? And I wasn't even like this a few years ago, but it was time. See, it's called divine timing. Okay. And I felt completely fed up on, completely and totally. There was a time when, I felt like, shit, I better hurry up and do something about this because hell, I'm end up dead. I was being fed on. My energy was being fed on what I had inside of me. And so now, if you try to come for my energy, I'm going to take everything from you. I might take your mortgage payment for the next 3 months. That's the way you got to be. You know, because when your spirits show up and my spirits don't like your spirits, they may end up getting irritated. And it took me several years to become irritated. So that means that I'm damn near a saint, but not really. you know, I'm not a saint, I'm not a martyr. And no, I would never call myself Jesus because I am not worthy. You know that? I'm not worthy because Jesus Christ was willing to die. I'm not willing to die. For you, no. For this world, no. I'm not willing to die for the world. So that's why I proudly wear my inverted crosses because I'm definitely not that. I'm a selfish person. I like life. I love my children. I love my friends. I love the people that I love. And I want to do what's best for them. Right. And if you just so happen to not be under that umbrella, it's because you decided that you wanted to be something else. So I'm not worried about you. I ain't worried about nothing. And so it's because I'm not. And you worry. Why you so worried? You know why you worried? Because you on the wrong path. That's why you worry. Somebody else might be tricking you. Somebody else may be convincing you that this is the right thing to do. And then your real enemy is getting over the one that's your real enemy. So then you'll look at other people and say, well, I can just use you as a sacrifice. No, it's always meant for you to face your demons because your problems ain't my problem. Unless you're a client, But when you become a client, you make an agreement to be respectful and to trust. Whether or not you want to or not, you still make that agreement. And my spirits can do that. They can do that. So yeah, that's I'm gonna be making a lot of those candles, a lot of different ones. And they're called ritual candle creations or ritual candles that either I will be using during my rituals or either people that buy them from me can use them during their rituals. How is that stupid? You know why you say that? Because you stupid. You very ignorant. You know, and a lot of them are obsessed. That don't make no sense. Go live your life. I think if you spend all your life obsessed with somebody else, with bringing them down, I do believe that God gets insulted. You know, that person in the sky that so many people believe in. It's almost like killing yourself. You know how they say that suicide is unforgivable in the Bible. It says that. And I feel that you're committing suicide. You probably think you committing genocide, but in reality, now you committing suicide because you wasted all of your. And then you'll say, "Well, I didn't know that." It don't matter because ignorance is not really bliss. It's not. It doesn't matter if you didn't know. Why didn't you learn? I think more people that believe in heaven and hell go to hell for their stupidity, their ignorance, which ignorance means not knowing. That's why you went to hell because you didn't appreciate this life that God gave you. You spent all your years not appreciating yourself, not appreciating the life that God gave you, and you tried to justify it, but it's not justified by God. That's sad. And that's why you end up being a perfectly healthy human being to tearing yourself completely and totally down. You tear yourself down completely in every way, spiritually, mentally, physically. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. Trying to put spells on other people's husbands and stuff. Put a spell on your own husband. What you gave up on him? What you doing spells on other people's husbands for and all that stuff? What are you doing that for? Then that's when you become a fraud. You build something based upon when you try to build something based upon that and you realize that it's not even real. It can be blown away just like somebody could just go and blow everything away that you did, and it just doesn't make any sense. You're supposed to be wiser than that, and spirit is punishing you whether or not you want to admit it or not. And then if you woke up this morning feeling some type of way, or you was up late last night feeling some type of way, to the point where you got to troll my channel and talk about me, then what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that I am your God? It all ends and rests on me? And I'm just a Mother Earth witch. In hindsight, I don't understand you. Your intent is to kill me and destroy everything that I've built and destroy my family. But the way that I see it is that you just make me stronger. You make me wiser. And then you move on. We done passed through a dark moon and you still trolling me. It's the 19th. We had a dark moon on the 17th. What's the problem? Why are you still trolling me? So that's one of the reasons why I don't associate with anybody. If I do associate with anybody, it's either going to be personal or either it's going to be about spiritual, personal, and maybe business. Otherwise, I don't, and no, I don't want to be a part of whatever coven or group that you got. No, I don't need to. You have to respect people's space. What do you think just because you're a witch that you don't have to respect others? And then you disrespect people to the point where they are telling you, hey, I'm sick of you. I don't want to be bothered with you. And then you just keep going and keep going. And then you keep going all around the world to justify when you just need to really disappear from people's sight completely. And then you'll want somebody to bow down and come to you and so you'll feel better about yourself. It ain't nobody's job to make you feel better about yourself. That's your job. And I'm not your leader. I'm not your teacher. Cuz I don't have to I don't the members of my coven, I don't have to tell them this. My apprentices that I'll be working with during the month of August, I'm never going to have to tell them this. They passed that level. They passed all that. They already know that. Otherwise, I wouldn't allow them to be an apprentice. So you wouldn't even qualify to be an apprentice for me. Or, well, obviously you wouldn't be an apprentice because you have such hatred for me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, why not just disassociate? Don't send me no more of your energy because I'm just going to use it. And it just, you're no different from, when you hear about on the news, you hear about some crazy people that, Kanika Jenkins, her murderers. We've all looked at that case. She was a beautiful young lady. And them people did something to her. It was real weird. Y'all ain't no different. Y'all be talking about Kanika Jenkins. Y'all ain't no different. The only difference is that I ain't gonna be your Kanika Jenkins, hun. And would you think that just because you was a witch, you couldn't admit to the truth? I don't understand that. Why you want to do something that just continues to hurt you? And you think that a witch, an authentic witch, can't look at something and tell if it's real or not? You think that people can't decipher for themselves whether or not? That's what I'm saying. I think that being a witch doesn't mean that you can do some of the stuff that people are doing, because what you're doing is you just hurting yourself, and you're putting yourself at a disadvantage, not other people. It don't matter how many people you got. If you ignorant and somebody comes to your fold ignorant like that too, you all ignorant. Ignorance equals to nothing. You can't get nothing from that when you move in ignorance constantly. That's all you do is ignorance. Don't matter how many people you got. You can be one person. Ask any of the solitary witches, because my coven is going to be filled with solitary witches that were looking for a place to commune with other solitary witches that are not like you. They not like you. They would never be so codependent. And then try to, at the end of the day, try to rest on some kind of human frailty. Oh, well, feel sorry for me because I'm pathetic and I'm only human. And well, now you're trying to be manipulative. We all are at the end of the day, but it's our magic that makes us invincible. The hell, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Since I came to YouTube and came out of the broom closet on YouTube, I have had so many people attacking me. I've been done casted and invincibility working. It doesn't mean that you can't still play your games, but that means I'm invincible to that. Why would I not do that? Why would I not make myself and the people around me invincible? What am I supposed to be afraid for my children? I'm supposed to actually believe that some bitch can actually hurt my babies that I gave birth to, and I'm supposed to call myself a mother witch? I don't think so. So it doesn't make any sense. And then for you to pretend as though you're doing things in secret, or we're a secret society. Why is it that we can see everything that you're doing? We can see everything that you're doing. We don't need to tap your phone to see what you're doing. We don't need to tap your phone and look into your computers to hear what you're saying and to know what you're thinking. So I don't understand it. So, you just gotta let go is what you have to do. That's all you can do before you hurt yourself. And it ain't just me that you're doing it to, you're doing it to a lot of different people. You casting stuff, sending stuff to people's heart chakra, thinking you're gonna kill somebody, and then you'll try to send stuff to people that people love, and you thinking that you're upsetting somebody, and you playing these games. And witchcraft is not a game. It's not. I don't understand it. Oh, nice. Oh, interesting. That's just okay. So I don't get it. Then you want to be as disrespectful as possible, but do you understand that self love, even if nobody respected you, you still gonna respect yourself. Even if nobody loved you, you still have to love yourself. So at the end of the day, it's all about your individuality. That's why that's why the wisdom of the solitary witch is always going to reign supreme. That wisdom of that solitary witch, because everything that you think that this group of people can do to harm, it's all about self preservation, self esteem, self love, self respect. No matter how much you disrespect a person, as long as they have self-respect, that's all that matters. And I'm not talking about a disagreement. I think it's completely and totally disrespectful for you to disregard somebody's personal rights and freedoms, and you're just going to try to use somebody as a puppet. Because it truly, let me tell you something, if you really were God, because a lot of them will say, I'm God, but God doesn't do that. When has God done that? God is just a person or a higher power that created you and said, now go and live. But that's not what you're doing. You're not God when you can't just let somebody go and live their life. You're not God. Since when? I don't see it. I'm not, and neither does God. So you don't even have the essence of God. You don't even have, you don't even, you don't, you don't even have, you don't even have half of what it takes to even call yourself God. And they'll say, well, I'm God. And, well, God is somewhere creating other civilizations and universes and would never have time for that pettiness. Okay? So, you can say what I do is stupid. You can down everything that I do, but I have self esteem, self respect, self love. Everything that I do, I'm good with it. And I'm very happy with my ritual candle creations. Okay? I ain't even really came out or really endorsed the product yet, and you already trying to mess it up. You already trying to mess up the brand because you don't feel good about your own brand, and you shouldn't. You probably shouldn't feel good about your own brand, not right now, till you get it together for real. Okay, and I'm not your authority. I'm just somebody giving you advice, somebody that's just tired of you, irritated with you, for real. Because I really didn't even have to have this conversation with you. I didn't have to have this conversation with you. I could have went about my day. I could have just blocked and deleted your comment and casted you out. I would never put myself in a position where somebody can cast me out. And quit trying to compare what you do to an argument with somebody. If somebody has a disagreement, we're not having a disagreement. I'm not disagreeing with you. Okay, that's not a disagreement. We're not having a fight or an argument or a beef. No, this is not a beef. If it was a beef, I would actually want to have some kind of connection with you. I don't want a connection with you. It's trillions of people on this earth, and I'm not limited to just you. I know for a fact that there's trillions of people on this earth, so why would I rest and settle just on you? Like what you did, which was rest and settled on something that didn't even, and what really irritated me about it was all these so-called women on here being misogynistic and discriminatory towards witches, trying to think that you're going to keep them in check using misogyny. It was disgusting. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. It's very misogynistic for you to try to give somebody a hard time when they are when they are traveling their path and they are manifesting their lives for their children, and you just decided, oh, I'm gonna cut them off. And then who are you? Nobody. Who are you? Anyway, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. There's too many of them on this website. I don't want to say it's too many of them. I think that a lot of the witches on this website are friggin' amazing. Friggin' amazing. And I watch them. I'm not sub to these people that Even though my spirits may watch them a little bit, I'm not sub to your channel. I'm not a subscriber. I'm not really interested in your content. I'm more of I like the witches that talk about the herbs and, high and low magic, and they have that witchy vibe. What is the point in calling yourself a witch when you just, when you act like um, a confused person that's not a witch? That's pretty much, you just look confused. That don't make no sense anyway. That's pretty much what I wanted to say. I'm disappointed in a lot of these people, disappointed in your behaviors. And I'm going to tell you something, a lot of it is fear based. Fear based. I don't fear that any witch can do any harm to me. That's the way you're supposed to be. That's a great power that not everybody is going to possess, because most people are not going to be responsible with it. Because if you don't fear what another person can do or manifest in your life, that makes you untouchable. But there's some people that need to be touched. You're not going to be given that great power when you're going to abuse it. You lost it. When you begin to say, "Oh, I see the oh, yeah, yeah, no." The answer is no. Cuz that what would that insinuate? That would insinuate that you can literally go out there and just harm anybody that you want, and you feel as though there's not going to be any consequences. Like you're not going to have any consequences for that. And people with that power and that strength would never go out there on a limb the way that you did. Nobody with that power, and that God would give that power. Those are the anointed ones, the ones that are going to not abuse their power. Anybody that is saying that they're the all powerful but yet they're abusing it, you don't have no power. Okay, God will only give that power to people that won't abuse it. That, going back to my pyrokinesis, God ain't gonna let you use that power. You can't have that power because you would abuse it. You out on a limb, like a spoiled, immature child, upset and mad, and you've been burned up the whole damn world. Ain't nobody gonna let you do that. Ain't nobody just gonna let you set buildings on fire and make planes fall out the damn sky. You don't even have the power of telekinesis. Your power is gonna be blocked because somebody's always watching you. And then that's when people resort to the mundane. Oh, I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to come to your house and murder you. Mm. Well, there's a spell of magic that says that you won't ever. So when people fight and lose a spiritual war, now they want to come and physically try to do harm to you. And that's when you really powerless. Like you need to, I don't know, maybe go and eat some sunflower seeds or something. Go eat you some sunflower seeds, roasted with barbecue, barbecue flavored. Dave's, what do they call them? Dave's or Davis. I think it's David. Go get you a bag of sunflower seeds and go and be alone for a little while so you can think because you need some time to reevaluate. All right, I gotta go. Y'all have a good one. Oh, today is Wednesday. So today is Oya's day. Nice. I like Wednesday. Wednesdays are always nice. Okay. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all at another time. I hope y'all enjoyed this discussion, especially my witches out there that's feeling me. Okay. You feel me? You feel me? Especially my apprentices be watching. They watch me all the time. So, they just don't comment. They don't say anything because there's no need for them to say anything. Okay. All right, guys. I'll catch y'all later. Got to get these candles done. After I did those oh, here's another thing I wanted to tell y'all real quick. Let's transmute this energy. Um, so if you did my new moon money group, that automatically includes you in llamas. And llamas or lanasa is directly connected with my ancestors. Okay. The ones that are very close in this particular incarnation. My last name is Briscoe. The origins of my last name are Irish, if you guys didn't know that. So La or La Nasa or Lamas is directly connected to my ancestors who love me. They don't care if I'm black. I'm their ancestor. And so you'll be automatically included in that. Okay. So if you guys were not able to get in, because I totally understand, you know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all are struggling, but you know why? Because you take in too much false information. Okay. You take in too much false information. There's a lot of people they want to create, they want to create, and spirit be telling them, calm down. There's a fairy orb. Why is it floating around? What in the world? Stop. Um, so you take in this false indoctrinated belief, and you need to quit taking that in. I'm very, very careful about the spiritual information that I take in. Very careful about that. Seriously. So that's one of the reasons why you're struggling. That's one of the reasons why we all struggling. Okay. So if you're in my group, the struggle is over. Today, tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. I'm not going to talk about what I do now every Thursday. So, that's I was born on a Thursday at 10:10 in the morning. And I'm not afraid to say that because what you going to do to me? Okay? What you going to do? You going to make a video about me? You going to make a video about me? I'm joking, y'all. So if you guys, you still can get in. Llamas is the same price as that new moon because Llamas is on August the 1st. And, stop limiting yourself thinking, oh, well, I can't be included in that. That is the mistake that you guys are making because you are not necessarily utilizing that space and going by that schedule to going by some kind of structured schedule which is directly related to agriculture, which shapes our world around us completely and totally. And it just is what it is. You can't goddamn change it. It's perfect the way that it is. So that, and why should it change for what? It works for way too many people. It does. Even though it may not work for you, it still works for way too many people. Stop forgetting to say thank you. I have to explain that to my clients. You're asking these spirits to do things for you, but you don't want to thank them. Why? I understand that you feel like it belongs to you and you are entitled. Yeah, you are. But if you go to your ancestors or your spirits and they actually do something for you, wouldn't you expect for somebody to say thank you? I mean, think about it. If you call somebody and said, hey, I need for you to bring me so and so and so, you're not going to say thank you. You just going to you just gonna go yeah, give me that. I mean, come on now. So that's the mistake that a lot of you guys are making, especially those of you that come in when I'm doing these specials and these deals. I spend an entire 10 to 15 minutes talking to you about this, and there is no shortcuts. It just is what it is. The system works. It's the way it has been since the beginning. Well, there were probably less people in the beginning, so it was less chaos and diversity. But you know, I'm still on the fence about that. But you have to understand that you do need to participate in the Sabbaths. That's not necessarily making or breaking me. This is for your ancestors and your spirits, even your deities. So it's the perfect time. That's why I celebrate the Sabbaths. I've heard black people say, oh, that's for white people. You're practicing witchcraft like a white person. Wow. Wow. Uh, wow. Well, why is it that farmers plant their seeds at certain times of the month and they end up with an abundance and you think you're going to go against the grain because you know everything, but all your crops died? Your whole garden died. The whole thing. Every time you tried to do it, it just died because you didn't understand, you know? So whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's metaphorical for what I'm saying. But if you came in on a special, and I will sit down and explain to my clients, hey bro, you need to participate in the Sabbaths. What do you think that they are? Like, so it's and I know that there's a lot of people that have created um spiritual systems like Ifa. I don't know anything about Ifa. I don't know anything about Santeria. The only thing that I know is that I have picked up on some of the practitioners that have tried to do things to kill me and do harm to me. I have picked up on that because it's one of those religious systems to where they got, oh, this is very dangerous and da 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 da, but I mean, so I don't know exactly how they work. This is one of the reasons why I'm not interested in being initiated in anything. In anything. No, thank you. I'm sorry. I love you, but I don't want to be a part of your club. No, thank you. I'm kind of a loner anyway. I don't want to be bothered with it. So, but I'm just telling y'all what I know. Participate in the Sabbaths. You're not going to do it yourself. And as long as you're a client that is participating, you're good. Your spirits are going to be fed, your ancestors are going to be venerated, and you'll be fine. And so my ancestors created money, right? My ancestry goes back to the Vikings. I'm a black girl with nappy hair or kinky hair, but my ancestors were Vikings. So, and very powerful Vikings so this is a very special Sabbath. And I'm going to be very disappointed. My spirits are saying they're going to be very disappointed if they see people on that day trying to scramble and stop stuff or delay stuff. Like, what in the world? And that, like, that's it. So make sure, because if you're a client, these people don't know that you're a client. They don't know anything about you. Don't be paranoid. Make sure that you are participating in my Sabbaths. This is one of the important ones. And people can say whatever they want to say, but as you can see, my family ain't never been out on the damn streets. Even though it's like they pulling teeth, boy, I ain't never seen so many people. Y'all realize I got a cute little humble abode. I got some home improvements that I need to do over here that I'm going to be doing very, very soon. But you see so many people, they be out here with their agents and ops and stuff, and they just be, you know, uh, it's just, and I'm good. I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying? And love and light to you. Love and light is really the mood that I'm in at this moment. Um, so because spirit is getting ready to set, change direction on a lot of this because uh there's some really, really important things that need to be addressed, and the spiritual community needs to get education on some of this stuff. Like, some of you guys are really going to need to know it, so the silly distractions need to stop and cease to exist. All of this energy harvesting and spiritual identity theft, and I want to be better than you, and I'm like, wow, like, why don't you just be nothing? Why don't you just I'd rather not exist than carry on that way to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, for me, I don't want to exist to anybody that doesn't like me or dislikes me like that. I don't want to exist to you. That's very powerful. Like, just go away. I'm living my life. I won't feel any type of way if I don't exist to you. Okay? I don't need to exist to you. So, you got to be a special person to understand that. What I just said. Anyway, I'll catch y'all later though. Have a happy Wednesday. Blessings. Bye.